told you every single time, don't you worry. You would always call me at the wrong time.
Hello and welcome. This is your Focus Power 7.2 lower power, and we are in phase 2. I'm excited. There's some stuff here. You might see some extra props. We got a mat, so we're going to be doing some floor work. We're going to do some lower body on the mat, on the floor. So if you want to grab something, a yoga mat, an exercise mat, whatever you got, there we go. I also have a set of light weights. So I'm doing about 5 pounds here. If you want to do 3 pounds, 5 pounds, even if you want to bump it up, we are doing lower body. So, you know, if you're like, Kanoa, I'm ready for this. I got this. I know what's happening. You can bump this up maybe to a 6 and a 7. It's up to you. Know where you are, be where you are. And this is optional. So I'm showing in phase 2 weights in all levels. So you'll see them in 0.1 and 0.2 and 0.3. But again, it's a suggestion. But let's jump in there. There is a lot to do. We got a lot because we're in phase 2. We're leveling it up. Here we go with our warm up, and we're gonna start with our booty kicks here. So heels towards the booty. So I'm excited about phase 2. You are gonna see a lot of familiar moves, but you're also gonna see some new ones, and that starts today. So we're back here at our lower power, right? Which is how we started phase 1. So you're gonna see these same workouts, but with a twist, right? Like now we have a mat and dumbbells. Like what's happening? 3, 2, 1, go to high knees, driving those elbows back. So that's the whole point of a series, and that's why I love doing series, because you know that you're going to continuously push the envelope, right? We're gonna push you slowly, push myself out of our comfort zone slowly. 3, 2, 1, side lunge. Here we go. So that is the whole point. So there's still even a third phase. What? But we'll get there when we get there. This is focusing on phase 2, setting your intention, setting it for yourself. What is it that you want to accomplish in phase 2? Maybe in phase 1 it was, I'm just getting started. I just want to get through it. It's okay. Maybe in phase 2 you're like, you know what? I'm finally found my stride and I'm ready to just push myself a little bit further. 3, 2, 1. We're going to do calf raise here and then tap. Lift and then tap. There we go. Remember, it's not about how keeping this foot flex, feeling that stretch in the back of your leg as you bring it up and bring your hand towards the alternating toe. Like I said, maybe phase 2 is like, I'm feeling the confidence. I'm ready to live in this. Now let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go back to booty kicks. There we go. So like I said, I'm on this journey with you. So for me in phase 2, it's like, okay, I've proven it to myself. I can do the hard things. Now let me push a little bit further. I'm gonna push you. 3, 2, 1, high knees. But we're in this together, right? I got your back. More importantly, you got your back. You are here. You showed up for phase 2. That tells me that you are ready to do this. 3, 2, 1, side lunge. Get in there. You remember, I don't know if you remember what lower power felt like in phase 1. We gotta warm this up. Open things up. We have a lot of squats. And of course, you know, there's gonna be some calf raises up in there. Got some new stuff. 3, 2, 1, back to the heel raise and alternating to reach. Lift it up, alternate which leg you're bringing up first. As I say that, I'm like, what did I do? Right. But that's why it's important So alternate. Sometimes we always start with the same leg and we get to just challenge our brains that way. 3, 2, give me one more. There. Here you go, shake it out. Ah, okay, so first move, jump in, back to back. Not a lot of breaks. I'm gonna give you a water break. Starting here, so taking my dumbbells, we're coming into our standard squat, just adding some weights for added intensity. So feet shoulder width or slightly wider apart. Find your stance. 30 seconds for each move. Here we go. Down. Remember, pressing that booty back. And it's okay once you do it once and you realize, okay, I have to adjust. Especially if maybe this is the first time you're ever doing squats with weights. And you're like, okay, this feels differently. Bring it right down to the side of your legs. Maybe it comes down to the knees. Maybe it comes down halfway through your shin. Take your time through it, squeezing the booty on the way up. 3, 2, 1. We're coming one weight down. Just place that down gently into goblet. So I'm taking the 1, holding it upright, feet 45-degree angle, and then we're coming down. So we've done our sumo squats before. You've seen these in phase 1. Now what's happening is we're adding some weight. Even if you're adding 2 pounds, 3 pounds, like you're intensifying just by adding some weight. 3, 2, give me one more. Down, squeeze it up, grab that other weight. Going into narrow squat. So instead of feet wider than shoulder width, you're gonna bring it right underneath you or bringing it down and up. So the range of motion, maybe you've gone deeper in the other squats and this one not so much. This might be the very first time you've ever done a narrow squat. Activating different parts of our lower body, of our legs, squeezing. Still same premise, pushing the booty back, chest up. You are gonna bend a little bit over, but then squeeze that up. 3, 2, breathe through it, and 1. Going into a lunge, reverse lunge. Oh my goodness, don't hate me. So we're gonna go. Stabilize in the right leg, slight bend in the knee. Stepping back, here's the main thing. Step back to how you're comfortable. If you bring it further in, then maybe it's not as deep of a lunge, and that's perfectly okay. Maybe for you to find that stance that's right for you, then it's bringing it further back, making sure the majority of the weight is in that front leg, right? So I have about 70-80% of the weight here, and then I have that back foot. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we're just staying here, bringing it down and up. There we go. Strong in the core. So down and then squeezing that up through that front leg. Again, if it's narrow, same premise, the same motion, the same activation. Hello, I'm working even if I'm not coming down low and I have this narrow stance, I'm still pushing and activating. And I'm using weights. Hello, 3, 2, 1, reverse it. Find that stance, maybe it's wider, get in it, here we go. Down and up. And bending that back leg as you come down. Play with this. I know lunges can be a scary thing. Some of us have injuries and we just shy away from it. It's okay to experiment. Maybe you take this a little bit wider to help you with this balance, right? And maybe that, you're like, that feels better. That feels strong. And up. Awesome. Calf raises, front. You know these, up and down. So we've done a ton of these before. You know this. Take your time. But now that we have weights, and again, you could do this with ankle weights on. You know what I'm saying? Like you are intensifying this. We're taking it up a level just by adding weights to this. 3, 2, 1. Weights down, nice and slow. We're coming down to our mat. So I'm gonna do here at an angle so you can see me, and then I'll just reverse it. I'll swap sides so it makes sense. So our first move is gonna be fire hydrants. So we're coming down on all fours, knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath elbow and shoulder nice and aligned, core engaged. So we are lifting up, starting with our left leg. Here we go, right to the side, foot flexed and out and in. So I'm literally, it's just, I mean, we call it fire hydrant for a reason, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, once you're in it, it may make a little sense. Breathing through that, making sure you're not locking out your elbows. Right up and down. And we're all here at different ranges of motion. 3, 2, 1. Other side, get in it and go. Up. Again, foot flexed. I'm stabilized on not only my hands, but also this left leg and the knee, my foot, and then making sure that I'm not putting all the way into my wrist. I'm really pressing down, keep going, through my fingers here. 3, 2, 1, yes, coming down all the way to your side. I love this. I'm like, what am I still working out? On your side, leaning back a little bit so that you're not right on the hip bone, but I just sit right on the side here. And we're bringing the foot up. Here we go. Foot flexed. Really reaching that up. Strengthening the leg. Utilizing that to lift all the way up. Awesome. Core still engaged. So even though we're on the ground, don't go passive on me. Don't go on autopilot. Still keep everything engaged and active. 3, 2, 1. Swap sides, however you want to do. Other side, here we go, and up. So notice how I'm bracing myself here just right in front. My other hand. Squeezing, just straight up. Wow, this side it seems harder. It's my left side. There we go. I mean, you're still working, but it's like a little bit of a break here. 3, 2, 1. Rolling onto our tummies. So here, coming all the way down, hands just in front, bracing myself. And we're gonna lift our legs up. So they're about shoulder width apart, up and up. Option, one at a time. If you're feeling this in the lower back, take it to one leg at a time. But if you're feeling comfortable squeezing in the core and the booty, not in the lower back. Come on, you got this. This is our last move before our break. Squeeze. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Press it down into a child's pose, perhaps. Knees wide, toes together, stretch it out. Maybe wiggle a little bit. Awesome. So giving you a little bit of time here as I crawl around on the ground. Get some water, and we're going back to the top. This is awesome. And maybe you really feel a difference, right? With us, just adding in the weights on something as simple as we've done before, like the calf raises, you are working harder. It may not necessarily feel it, but you are, even if you're not adding the weights, like some of these new moves, that's why we switch it up, is so it keeps the body guessing that we're not doing exactly the same things the same way, because we want to keep your body guessing, which in turn helps it then to gain strength, helps it gain agility and endurance and stamina. You're getting literally no more time. Here we go. So we're coming into our squats. If you're using your weights, join me. Here we go. Down. Really stabilized through your entire foot. I'm always adjusting through my squat. I'm always working at strengthening this. And hey, my body is constantly changing. I have that muscle memory there, but some days I need to make slight adjustments. So know that as you've gained strength from phase 1 to phase 2, maybe you might have to adjust a little bit. 3, 2, 1, one of those weights down into our goblet squat. Here we go. Yes. Bam. Straight down, and then squeezing up, making sure your entire foot is grounded. Sometimes we don't think about our foot, our toes, like your feet should be spread apart, really taking up space. Picking up our next dumbbell after this last one, down and up. We're coming into our narrow squat. Here we go. Pushing it back all the way through. Make sure that as you come down, you're not leaning so far back that your toes come up off the ground. Stabilize through the entire foot. Sometimes we're so concentrated. I know on maybe our glutes, our core, and sometimes we don't pay attention to what our toes are doing. What are our feet doing? 3, 2, 1, reverse lunges, back on the left foot. Again, remember that weight's up here, down and up. I'm gonna take this a little bit narrow. So notice how I'm not coming down that far. I've come down lower in the past. Higher. Just where I'm at today. But I'm still working. I'm still focused on my form. I'm still pushing myself. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, switch legs. I am feeling that, which means I'm doing it correctly. I'm feeling in the right places, right? I'm not in pain. Here we go. And down and up. And you might find that you're stronger on one leg than the other, like I am. I'm like, oh. Down. Yes. In point 3, we actually add the curtsy lunge. So if you want to try that one as a challenge, go for it. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Calf raises, front. And let's just shake that. Let's just shake those just out of our legs real quick. All right, here we go. Up and down. So you know, I have the 3 versions of every workout. So for point 1 or 7.1, we're doing all of the workout standing, so we're not using the mat at all. And in point 3, there's even more workouts. I think there's probably at least like another 6, 7 additional moves in that one. So that's why I love doing these 3 variations, because you get to find where it is that you want to be. Maybe you don't feel like doing a 45-minute workout in point 3, and this is like your sweet spot. That's why we do this. 3, 2, 1. Nicely Squat down, bring these down. Always be mindful of your back as you're bending over and bringing things down. We're coming down to the ground with our mat as I'm swinging things. Like, what is happening? Here we go. Awesome. Fire hydrants. 3, I'm starting with the right leg. And here we go. Up and down. Because the reality is, sometimes on our journey, it's not just a matter of what the moves are, it's also time. Like, I'll be honest, my sweet spot really is like, if you can give me a 30-minute solid workout, I'm like, yes. Because most times, 45 minutes an hour, switch sides, sometimes I just don't have time for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I just can't focus through it. So this is not only giving you options on physical options, right, of things to do, but also time options. Because you'll notice through the series, you know, the 0.3 tends to be longer than the rest. And 0.1 generally the shortest amount of time. 3, 2, 1, coming down to our side. And here we go, up. And I gotta adjust off of my sit bone. Here we go. So I don't know about you. Sometimes I have so much on my mind that it's hard for me to focus. And I work at it, but sometimes it's really hard for me to focus beyond like a threshold. And I'm like, 30 minutes, you got me for 30 minutes. After that, I'm like thinking about 5 million other things. And so that's why, you know, having workouts in this series that are as short as about 15 minutes, we have some that are in that range, 15 to 20 minutes. That might be just the perfect thing for you on a particular day, right? Or a lot of things are going on and you're like, I just have enough time to carve that out. 3, 2, 1, swap sides. Here we go. I'm like, there is a vast difference from one side to the other. I don't think I feel it as much on any other move than this one, even the lunge. I'm like, what? Whew. But that just shows me that there are areas of this leg that I need to continue to work on strengthening. And that's a good thing. 3, 2, 1. Onto our belly, final move, Superman legs. Arms out in front. Here we go. So there's a little bit of a flex in my foot. Like, it's not completely flexed and it's not pointed. It's kind of like a flounce, a flexed kind of somewhere in between there. Remember, you have the option of alternating. We're almost there. I am sweating all over this mat. Core engaged. We're gonna hold it here at the end. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, squeeze it in the core, in the booty. Really secure. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Press it back into our child's pose. It's a nice, it's like a rebound. It's like, again, maybe we wiggle a little bit. Yes, we did it. I'll be honest, I didn't do that last hold in any other variation of this workout. I just felt like we were really just in this. So I added that. Oh my goodness. There's a surprise. Look at that. It's like little nuggets of amazingness in every variation. So if you're one of the people who's doing all 3 variations of every workout, you get a little magic sprinkled in everyone. So let's come into our quad stretch here. So lifting up on the left, I'm gonna grab your ankle. Maybe you set it on a chair, on the edge of your sofa. Maybe you even utilize the wall, which I've done, or just bring it up, secure my foot, and then it helps me kind of grab, or sometimes I don't even have to. Knees coming together, and then I kind of lean back in their nice neutral spine. And then I feel that stretch through my quad, which we worked. Just saying. We worked our quad. I'm proud of us. What do you think? First workout of phase 2. 1 down, 5 more to go in this phase. We got this. 3, 2, 1. Release it. Other leg. I just get excited. And it makes me excited doing this with you, and then seeing how, especially those of you leaving comments and sharing feedback, giving suggestions. I mean, and you'll see that in this. We've had so many people ask us to add in weights into this series, and I always intended to. I was just waiting for this phase. But definitely like that, other suggestions, I'm incorporating that into this series. So by all means, let me know, and definitely share with me your victories so that I can celebrate them with you. 3, 2, 1. Come into a lunge. Right leg forward, left leg back. Boop. All those lunges, I'm like wobbly on my balance. Coming down, bending that front leg, stretching that left leg back, heel towards the ground. Maybe you stay up here, or maybe you bring down and support yourself here on the thigh. Maybe it comes down to the ground. You can even do a runner's lunge where it comes on the inside of that foot. You just bring the right foot out further, and then you come down. I'll demo this facing the camera on the other side. Really feeling length in that back leg through the hip. 3, 2, 1. Bring that up, and then you're gonna sit this back. Sit back on that left leg, pointing the right toes up towards the sky. And if you're here, maybe supporting on the thigh or supporting on the shin, maybe you have a toe reach, or you grab underneath the toe lightly and give a little bit of a press underneath towards up, just a little deeper stretch in the back of the leg. Just letting your belly come over that thigh. Relaxing into that stretch. 3, 2, 1. Roll that up slowly. Other side. Left foot forward. So we step the right leg back. Again, maybe it's a big reach back and then you come down. Again, you have the options here, here, or the runner's lunge, bringing this left foot out wider so that you can come down in between. Keeping the knee in, so being careful that it's not kind of flouncing out like that, but keeping that nice and close by your arm. Hold it, keep holding. I can't see you if I'm down there. 3, 2, 1, step it up, and then we sit it back on this right leg. Awesome. Just breathe and relax. Letting all of that work just soak and sink into your body. You did some good stuff. That was not easy. It wasn't meant to be. It was meant to challenge you. Roll that up slowly, but you did it. You not only showed up, but you finished. You're still here. And that is worth celebrating. I'm proud of you. So like I said, 1 down, 5 more to go in phase 2, and I hope to see you the rest of the way through. And I will see you next time.